Hey guys, and welcome to episode 7 of Making Members. It is now officially Slayer Week, and I did some grinding last night for our combat stats. So what we're basically going to be doing for the next 5 days or until the bond runs out is we're going to be doing Slayer on the winter week. So what this is going to give us the ability to do is pick our Slayer tasks. We're going to get extra Slayer points, and basically we're going to get some extra charms as well, just to make it a little bit more worthwhile to do some Slayer. Now what I did last night is basically just flattened out my combat stats just to give us a bit of a buff to go and start these Slayer tasks. So we got 50 attack so we can use rune weaponry, 40 strength, defense, range, 50 mage as well so we can have at least a decent combat style, and we got 51 prayer from doing all the blessed sand. Now we are going to start this from level 1, but because we have some combat stats with 59 combat, we can go to the Slayer Master in Canethus to go and get our Slayer tasks just for a little slight better task than normal. Now what I'm going to go and do before getting started, I'm just going to buy a couple of items which I think are going to be worthwhile as having, just to make the whole process a little bit nicer. Now I'm going to spend some cash on aggression potions. Now the reason I'm going to do this is because while doing these Slayer tasks, I'll be doing things on the side because the grind for Christmas never stops, so we need to make sure we're getting videos out for you guys. So this will kind of be a behind the scenes sort of account for this week. We're going to be doing things on the side as well. So aggression potions are going to be very nice. They are very expensive, and what I'm going to say is I don't think for this week I'm going to make profit. I think for this we're more going to get XP and levels and stuff to set the accounts up for at least the early game, mid-game PVM. So again, if you're looking to train your account over Christmas, this can be a way to do it. Again, utilize winter weeks for what's worthwhile. Although next week is the sort of mini games week and it's a little bit dead in my opinion. So we're going to have those. I'm also going to buy some extremes as well because it's going to help us with our damage and stuff like that. Now what I was thinking of doing was just buying the overload sets because it's just easier. But I suppose with the overload sets I'm going to go and get things like necromancy potions, stuff like that, which I don't really want. So I'll buy some extreme attacks, I'll buy some extreme strengths, defense potions I don't think I'll need because I'll just go and bank and stuff. Gonna have to buy some food. I think at the minute with my HP and stuff, lobsters is going to be the best, so I'm going to stock up on those. And then I'll go and get the armors once we've decided what task it is. There's no point in me just stocking on the armors because we're going to level up so quick, hopefully. There's no real point of stocking up on armors now. You may as well wait to see what task you get and then go and get it from there. So we shall see, but the extreme strengths are a little bit pricey at the minute, so we'll just knock that up. And that will pretty much be it, to be fair. We'll try and keep this sort of flowing between task and task, and whenever I need to come to the Grand Exchange to top up on some supplies, I'll make sure to just sort of tie in with what we're doing. This is going to be a very sort of floaty style of video where we jump from task to task, very much like the old school Slayer vlogs people used to do when they were updated on tasks. But I really hope you guys will enjoy it. If you have any suggestions of changes to these kind of videos or things to do in the future, drop in the comments below. You guys dropped some great comments in the last video, so Dwarf Cannon, we're going to make sure to get that tied up when we get sort of cannon tasks because it won't take too long. Also, smoking kills at level 35 Slayer will be pretty big. 1, because it will increase the amount of Slayer points we're going to get, and 2, we can also get the Slayer Mask. So maybe that's something I'll do for the future because it's going to be a real big buff, and we'll see whether it's worth doing or not. But on the subject of that, I need to buy a black mask. Now, black mask is going to give you extra damage on Slayer tasks. And I imagine for the first sort of chunk of it, we're going to do some melee, but I'll also buy a focus sight, a hex crest as well. So I'm going to go and buy all this stuff because again, I don't want to keep these videos overly long. I don't really want to ramble. So we'll come back when we've got the first task, once we've stocked up on all the things I want to have, and then we'll get slaying. So we are back, and don't we look like a little champion? So we're going to be rocking the Slayer Mask, Glory, and also a Nobi Cape. I haven't worn a Nobi Cape in years, and they're 600k. They are so pricey for what they are. So what I'm going to go and do now is go and get our first task to get started. I ran through to Canethus and unlocked the lodestone, which means we've got a nice little quick teleport to go and get a brand new Slayer task. So what I'm going to go and take in terms of the info is some aggression potions, extreme attacks, extreme defense, and a lot of lobsters. Because I'm low level, I imagine I'm going to get hit around a little bit, but we're going to go and aim towards bringing that defense level up first, and then slowly start chipping away to all the stats. So what I would like is base 70s. I think base 70s we can then do a lot of different stuff and get involved with a lot of different things as well. But our first task from Machine Man is going to be Ice Warriors or Grot Worms. Okay, so that is going to be, I think we're going to go for Ice Warriors because Ice Warriors are going to be in the cave near Virgo. So they'll be better. And Grot Worms, again, the only Grot Worms you can really do are the low level ones because once you go up to high tier ones, especially this level, I'm going to get knocked around a little bit. So yeah, we'll go and do those now, and then we'll report back afterwards. Again, it's going to be some very rough, low-level XP tasks to get started. but I'm hoping eventually they'll pick up and it'll be a lot smoother after that. But for our first one, can't really complain. Let's go and head over to Draenor, I suppose the closest one. We'll go and unlock the Port Sarim Lodestone as well. And then I'll come back when we've done some tasks. Something else I'll try and get done as well is to get some like metrics set up. So I'll set up things like Combat XP, Slayer XP, and set up like a drop tab as well. See what we can do in terms of that. But we'll come back when this first task is done, and then we'll report back the drops for loots and everything else we get from it as well. So there we go. First task done, and level 14 Slayer from that. Now, I did get beat around a little bit by these, and it did make me realise that there are two pretty big upgrades I can go and get for healing purposes. That's so annoying. So the items I was thinking about getting is a Fury with a Blood Shard on it. That can be really good because that will give you some passive heals. Relatively cheap for how useful it is as well. And I was also thinking about the Scrimshaw of Vampirism, especially considering I'm going to do a bit melee to start off. It could be a really nice upgrade to get, but it will be a little bit expensive. It is still around 900-ish K, so it can be a little bit pricey to go and train, but especially for the level I am and wanting to do sort of Slayer trips in one go, it can be worthwhile doing. Although both items will end up being untradeable, the Scrimshaw will actually go to dust, so I'll lose that cash. It might just be a little bit expensive for this current stage, maybe a little bit later on when we're making a bit more profit from Slayer, but this Ice Warrior task is what you can kind of expect for low level Slayer. It's not going to be great. One of the really good things I've added though lately has been Wood Spirits. So the low level Wood Spirits, especially Willows, have some form of price, but it's just going to be a bit mid. So from that task, we've made a combined total of 50,000 coins. I didn't use my aggression potions because luckily the Ice Warriors were aggressive anyway. So when I can, I'll get away without using them because they're so expensive to use. I don't really want to use them on tasks where it's not worthwhile. And the Ice Warriors were going to attack me anyway. So the next one is going to be Moss Giants. We're going to take that all day long because it's a very good task you can do from the Varrock sewers. So we're going to go and grab that. Again, I'm just going to go and do the same sort of setup we've got now where we're going to go and use melee for it. I'm going to go to the sewers and hopefully we can go and fly our way through them. This might be a task where I do 1 or 2 trips, but we'll see how we get on, and then we'll report back to you guys a little bit later on with the XP and when we're ready to go and get a new task. So here we go with another task about to be completed once this last Moss Giant spawns. In terms of this task, I actually think the Ice Warriors were better because there's more of them. Now with Moss Giants, if you've got the Dungeoneering level, you can go into the dungeon where there'll be much more grouped together and you'll get them a lot quicker as well. But we managed to get through. So in terms of levels from that one, I felt like I got a lot more levels in the previous task, but level 20 Slayer now, which is nice. We are now up to 45 defense as well, so we are getting some gains from this as well. I'm just hoping we can get some slightly better-ish tasks than that, but we'll see how we go on. Now 35 Slayer is the level I need to go and get the Slayer mask, or do smoking kills. And what I'll probably do is I'll aim for that today, I should come quite comfortably get it today. And then in the downtime tonight, I'll hopefully go and do the quest as well. As much as I hate the cat quest, you know which quest I'm on about? I can't remember the name of it. The cat quest is brutal. Smoking kills isn't actually that bad. It's the little helper quest beforehand, which is just so painful. But if that's what we need to get, then that's what I'll definitely aim at getting as well. So the next task we've got is 63 werewolves or 63 dogs. Now that's going to be a rough one. Werewolves is quite annoying. Although you can do it in Canifist because you can't really AFK, you have to actively go and kill them. Dogs probably would be the best one. I just need to think where I'd go and kill them. So what I'm going to do really quickly is if you're not sure about where to kill things or what are the best tasks, the wiki is a very good resource to use for this because it'll tell you where you can go and find the monsters and do that as well. Something else which is really handy to put as well, if you go into your settings and click Slayer, you can make it so you can have a little Slayer counter somewhere on your screen as well, and it also tells you the weakness and stuff like that, as well as how many tasks in a row you've done and also how many Slayer points you have as well. Really useful to have. So we're going to go for dogs. Looking at the wiki, we can go and kill things like jackals in the desert, and there does seem to be a decent amount of spawns for that. What I'm going to do is go and find them, and then we'll report back when it's time to go through all the stuff for it. So I'm going to go to the Alcarid Lodestone, or go and discover the Alcarid Lodestone. Go and find the jackals and we'll update you guys when we found them. So the jackals are now done. Actually wasn't too bad, but it did need the use of an aggression potion, which you're not going to get any drops from jackals. You really just drop bones. But we're trying to keep the task streak going because once we get past 5, that's when we start getting Slayer points. So in terms of levels, 47 defense from that as well. And we did also get a couple of Slayer levels as well. To be fair, we're up to 24, which isn't too bad. But if we go to Machine Man now and ask for another Slayer task, he's going to give us a choice of ghouls or werewolves. We're going to pick ghouls because as you can see just over here, it is a very, very good AFK task. I've still got the aggression on, which is why all the werewolves are coming after me now. Werewolves probably won't be too bad of a task actually with an aggression potion in the middle of Canifis. You get some drops there as well, but ghouls will be a very good AFK task for us to do. Won't be much effort to it. Might just need to keep a little eye on the HP, but may get some drops. I think they drop congealed blood, but we'll see. But that should be a decent combat XP task to do anyway, and probably could be a decent way for us to train some combat AFK for a little bit as well. So all I'm going to do, grab some more potions, grab another aggression, and then we're going to go and jump on and do the ghoul task. Now, I think with the right setup, this could be a really good place to train your stats, sort of like mid-level up to the high level. It was a really good spot in leagues because the XP is very good, and they're also very, very AFK. I don't think you need an aggression potion because they're going to continuously attack you. The only problem is, for someone like me, they're a little bit too strong. I'm still going to do the task because they're really good, like, sort of XP. But I'm going to go for a lot of food as well. I'm going to go and pick up some prayer potions to see if that can sort of like negate it a little bit. But yeah, really good XP, level 26 Slayer there. The only real drops you're going to get from them is going to be some congealed blood and some gold charms, which, you know, is not too bad. The price of congealed blood nowadays really isn't that great because obviously the thieving has smashed them into the part from Vile Watches. But it's still a little bit GP to do as well and something you can sell on the Grand Exchange. But really good in terms of the AFK XP. So I'm going to buy some prayer potions, restore my prayer points, go back, finish the task, come back to wrap up this task and get another one. But very, very good in terms of like AFKing. It might be something when I'm a little stronger, when I'm maybe going by that Blood Army and Visa Vampirism, I could go do. If you could find a way to get some form of healing back, they could be pretty decent to kill. Now, I went to train defense first to 50 because I thought the armor upgrade would be beneficial, but I think that might have been a little bit of a mistake. Training strength to level 50 would have given me cleave, which would have given me some more AFK ability with the ability to use cleave and quake as well. And really with defense, in hindsight, I could have just used magic to train it as well because it's a little bit more powerful than what my melee setup is. But you know, you learn, and I wanted to try out just AFK in the melee side. Even though we are sort of flying up the levels, low level Slayer really is slow. It's slow, the drops aren't great from what I've had from these couple of tasks. And it's definitely one way you kind of want to get out of like level 30 to 40 as soon as possible. But let me know with these kind of videos, do you want me to show you how I'm prepping for tasks? Do you want me to talk through like the methods and stuff? I'm going to die. Because I'm more than happy to sort of like add in like how I'm looking to kill things, what I'm doing to set up for stuff. Really, all I'm kind of doing is going in with the emphasis of like, I'm going to pray melee, I'm going to have to eat food, and I'm just taking extreme potions and aggression potions as well, just to make it a little bit more AFK if possible. But if you want more detail into it, we can definitely cover that. Maybe it's something like next year I can do like guides and stuff. The low level Slayer monsters though are a little bit funny over low level Slayer levels. Just because you can get something very generic like those dogs. There's nothing really to do with guide. I'm more than happy to do the Slayer monsters. But we shall see. Now, I have found a little bit of a moneymaker just to throw into this video as well. I was trying to buy some extreme strengths and they went for such a high price. Like I couldn't buy them with an offer of like 28k in. So what I've done is I've bought some free doses, which are roughly about 5.5k each. And I'm just going to sell those. And each sort of potion I sell is like a 6k profit. If that's something which works quite like nice, I might just continue to do that. It's almost a way of flipping, but it's such an easy way to make some cash. And it doesn't just work with extreme potions, it works a lot with brews, and just any kind of potion people want for a 4-dose, especially like combination potions. So super prayer renewals is going to require like a prayer renewal potion, a 4-dose, and also a prayer potion 4-dose. They can be really good ways to make some cash as well. However, I'm going to go finish off this task now and then report back afterwards. I just keep finding like little things to talk about. So I guess these videos are going to be a little bit of a ramble, a little bit of a just a me and you kind of chat sort of video while I just go and kill things on Runescape 3 really. So yeah, I'm going to go back and finish these ghouls and we'll go and see what we're going to get for the next task. I don't know if it's task 4 or task 5 next, but we'll find out when we're done. So there we go, the ghoul task is done. Pretty decent to be fair. I just need to sort of like take a lot of food to get through it. But if I went for something like the Vampirism or the Blood Fury, that could possibly negate it. I just don't want to spend the money for it, so I'll keep running food. So we have a choice of dogs or rock slugs. Rock slugs are going to be annoying because you're going to have to sprinkle the salt on them. And dogs actually weren't horrific when I did them last time. Now, what I'm going to have to do here is sacrifice an aggression potion, which, you know, it makes the task AFK, so it's not really that bad. But I'll show you guys where I did these jackals because it's actually a pretty decent spot. They kind of like loop around a lot and you just sort of like AFK them. You don't really need any items, just some pots just to kill them a little bit quicker. And I'll go and get some water skins. But what I'll do is I'll go and take the Rugtanada now. I'll go to the spot and I'll just show you guys really quickly where I'm killing them, just in case you want to do it as well. Some of those extreme strengths have sold, so what I might do is find the margins for the 3 dose. Try and buy them slowly for the cheaper price and then just sell them as a 4 dose for some profit, which, again, it takes me 2 seconds to turn them into a 4 dose. It's profit. I can do it while slaying. Something else you can do while slaying as well is also flip. Maybe we do that as well just to cover our costs for like 1 to 50 slayer, but maybe that's something for tomorrow's episode. So if you've got any flips, throw them in the comments below. If not, we might do a little bit of a flipping episode on this account actually. Maybe we just do a full episode on this account separate. We'll do it as the afternoon video, just talking through like how I'd find flipping on a low level account with a pretty modest budget as well. So yeah, what I'm going to do though, let me go get to the dogs and we'll wrap this up. I'm hoping this and maybe one more task will finish the video. I want to finish at 35 and then hopefully I can do the quest tomorrow. I'm not promising it because I know what I'm like when it comes to quests. I probably won't want to do it, but I can at least say I'll try. So here is where I kill the dogs, a little bit southeast of where the fairy ring is, which you'll be able to see on the map. You can see here there's a couple of lizards, and these dogs here kind of like circle round, and eventually the range of the aggression potion will get them and they'll bring them over to you. And then once you get a couple of them respawn, that's when you can pretty much AFK them. Yes, it's just going to cost the aggression potion, which will make the cash back by doing some flips as well. Now, you'll see like through the next couple of kills, you'll see that they'll sort of like stroll round in circles. It's full AFK in my opinion, but you might be stood still for a little bit. As you can see with this one here, it'll walk, and then it'll catch the aggression potion, and then it'll come and attack as well. So yeah, it's not too bad. They kind of all circle around, and eventually you do get to a point where you can AFK them all. I've got 47 left, as you can see by my nice little Slayer counter. So let's go and get these cracked out. And then we'll come back a little bit later when it's time to wrap the video up or get the next task. So those dogs actually went pretty quick, actually. Quite a chilled task there. We got level 50 defense, which is big because now we can go and upgrade to some rune. And we'll have mystics for mage as well. And we also got level 42 strength. What I'm going to do now is go and get 50 strength because then that'll give us the ability to cleave. And then after that, we'll work on 55 attack, which should then give us cleave, quake, and hurricane, which would be very, very nice for the AFK. Now, let's see what we're going to get for our next task. I don't know if that was 5. Yes, we've now got 5 tasks. So we're getting 4 points per task, which isn't great. That's why we want to do smoking kills as soon as possible because we'll get more points. Green dragons. That is actually a decent task. We will take that. We'll make a little bit of money from green dragons. So what I'm going to do is just quickly go to the Grand Exchange. I don't know if super anti-fires are tradable. If they are, we can still use our Rune 2H. What I'm probably going to do is pick up some note paper. And then once we've got some note paper, we can note pretty much the hides and the bones as well. But 44 green dragons will actually be a pretty decent task, actually. And there'll be some decent combat XP because they are a higher level. So what I'm going to do, run to the Grand Exchange, get all the supplies ready, and you guys will see me at Green Dragons when we're cracking through the kills. So this is why I love doing these kind of videos, because you just stumble upon such incredible easy moneymakers. So for this one, we have bought 500 super anti-fires, which you can use to make you have the ability to use 2Hs on dragons and not be affected by the dragon breath. Now, they're over mid, so I'm going to be doing a video on them and making potions of them on the main account. But what I've found as well is that the 4 dose is selling for 36,000 coins. So all I've done is buy sort of 500 of these for 10 mil, and I'm going to sell them for 37k. Now they instant sold for 37k as well. So we're just going to go and put them all on the Grand Exchange, and we're just going to see how much money we've made for literally seconds worth of work. So they have all sold, and I think we would have made something like 3.6 mil. So if we just go really quickly, yes, we bought them for 10 mil and we made 3.9 mil in seconds. And I'm literally just going to go and do it again because the buy limit on these are 1,000. So I'm just going to go and grab these, literally go and convert them to a 4 dose, put them on the Grand Exchange, and I would have made 7 mil in literal seconds. Now, why I think items like this will be like this is because just simply there will be low volume, and with people doing Slayer, there might be a bit more demand on like anti-fires, but this is why like turning things into a 4 dose can be profitable, and you just see how quick it's just been done there. Whenever you sell potions, whether you make potions as well, always check the 4 dose price margin because you can just print more cash. So if we go and do that for the same price, and there you go. So I want to show you the live, but there you go. We have literally just made 7 mil in probably 2 minutes just converting those. And we still have 2 full potions to go and do some for our task. I literally can't believe we've just made 7 mil. That 7 mil will pretty much see us through all the low level Slayer we're going to do. We're trying to buy the extreme free doses to literally do the same thing. I might do a little video on the main account actually just to show you guys how to make such quick profit. But yeah, we're going to go and grab some antifires. I actually sold my antifires, so I have to go and buy them for that kind of price again. And we'll go and do those tasks and come back. Probably wrap the video up there and then see what we've done in terms of loot. So there we go, the green dragon task has been done, and to be fair, that's probably been one of my favourite tasks today, and we're going to wrap the video and finish it up there. We've actually managed to make some money with those potions, made a little bit of profit with the green dragons as well. Maybe that's something we'll just throw in a loot tab, just to continue showing you guys what we've made over this little sort of couple of days. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have, please make sure to leave it in the comments any suggestions you've got for the future and how to improve these kind of videos. If you're enjoying as well, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and yeah, we'll be coming out with one of these every single day, probably for the week, because especially with this kind of content, I'll get ahead of myself a little bit, and then we'll be able to make the videos a bit more like this as well. But again, this is kind of where I'm going to put 7-day Bond Slayer videos, so if you've got any way to improve them, please let me know, but it's kind of just a floaty style between the tasks. But thank you guys so much for watching, really hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.